up the business. God is my witness. Sun up to sun up from Monday to Sunday. We maxing our limits. My mind running like Tom Cruise on an action movie. Moving a mission. They say that I'm tripping. I've been told it. First class, my feet up high in the air on business. Yeah. Cover the city, your city, that's all at the crib. Make song just to make songs, so put that in your budget. Yeah. Can't keep moving your dreams for cheap when you ain't even buzzing. What got you bugging? Make you a play, don't be scared of religion. You made it from nothing, then figure out your clutching. Everything you want in front of you, ain't no discussion. Look, it's been a long time coming. They ain't cuffing my cloth, they tugging. Putting up numbers, 99 pounds, and I still kept it 100. Yeah, it's been a long time coming. They ain't cuffing my cloth, they tugging. Blake,
Kenny said I need a verse, I said give me like 30, I did it in 15 for real. I've been on fire, they want me to chill. I've been on fire, they want me to.
Look, it's been a long time coming. They ain't cuffing my cloth, they tugging. Putting up numbers, 99 pounds, and I still kept it 100. Yeah, it's been a long time coming. They ain't cuffing my cloth, they tugging. Putting up numbers, they play, who don't play, play.
Unstoppable, yeah, unstoppable. I'm unstoppable, yeah, unstoppable. I'm unstoppable, yeah, unstoppable.
Division II District Semifinal doubleheader goes down here in Bluffton. A pair of teams fresh off of upsets to win their sectional crowns, about to lay it all on the line for the right to face top-seeded Clear Fork in Saturday's championship, as number 9 Lexington, who just knocked off Wapakoneta, the number 2 seed, goes head-to-head with the defending district champion and number 8 St. Mary's Memorial, who just took care of number 3 seeded Salina. It's live, it's free, and it's only on the OH Report, coming at you right here and now. Good afternoon, everybody, and welcome to the fabulous campus of the University of Bluffton. I am Brian Skowronski. I'm going to be on the call for you here today for this Division II District Semifinal. Each of these teams, as mentioned, not necessarily expected to be here today. St. Mary's Memorial is the defending champion here in the district. They needed a 2-1 win over number 3 seeded Salina on the road in order to punch their ticket here, while just about everybody was counting out the Minutemen, who took care of Kenton at home in the sectional semifinal 7-3 to get a little bit of momentum, and then they went on the road and stunned Wapakoneta, a lot of people's pick, I think, to face off with Clear Fork for the district title, and they beat them 6-2 to advance here into today's game. And we're just a few minutes or maybe even less away from the opening pitch starting today. We'll have Joel Kogi for St. Mary's. He's going to be on the bump. Also batting in the number 2 spot for St. Mary's. When Lexington's on defense, Colton Muirfield is going to get the nod here today, sporting the number 12 and hitting out of the number 7 spot. So those are our 2 featured pitchers this afternoon. On a gorgeous day here in Bluffton. Few clouds overhead, and actually welcome, because it's starting to get a little bit warmer than it was for our first matchup of the day, where Clear Fork took care of Upper Sandusky 8-1. Superb performance by starting pitcher and district player of the year, Luke Schlosser, who struck out 15 kids in 6 2/3 innings before turning it over for a 1-pitch out to end the game to Garrett Holtz. Who will face him? We're going to find out right now as we are officially underway. And the first pitch from Kogi is outside for ball 1. to Michael Tagliati. Michael in his senior season. Going to be starting out in left today. And he gets bat on ball here, loops it into the outfield, and it'll take a hop in front of the center fielder for a base hit. So it's a leadoff single for Tagliati.
Batting second and playing second base, number 4, Zion Rhodes.
And Zion Rhodes now, the second baseman. Gonna get his shot. Tagliati standing over on first. Kogie's gonna keep an eye on him and throw it over that way. Preston Rupert, first baseman for St. Mary's. Now here's the first pitch, and this one bladed foul by Rhodes. Kogi waiting for the pitch he likes. He'll get it, nods, kicks, and Dill's upstairs. So 1-1. Second look on our Buckeye Horizon instant replay. I think everybody could use them in their life right now. Get your ACs fired up. Fixing to be a hot summer this year, folks. That's the rumors floating around. All these wild storms that we've had from sea to shining sea across the United States. Ohio, of course, had a few tornadoes touch down. Mother Nature's had a little bit of an attitude this spring. We'll see if the Minutemen can get one here from the dish in their first at bat. Try to take early command as we've got a little bit of indecision, and thrown out is Tagliati. After he got a generous lead, I assume the hit and run was called on. And it's just a nice move over to first by Joel Kogi. Michael caught between a rock and a hard place, elected to just go full bore into second. And he's thrown out for out number 1. Make that 2 down as Rhodes strikes out swinging. Now in the number 3 spot, Cole Eichhorn starting at catcher. Eichhorn just a sophomore. He's a singles hitter. Takes a swipe at this one, and it fades foul over into the Rough Riders dugout. Excellent view at my view here today. Got a seat right up against the backstop at gorgeous Memorial Field. Home of the Bluffton University Beavers. Cool mascot. Just overall kind of a cool campus here in a little town. My first trip up here. And we have been treated like superstars. A big shout out to all the staff here at Bluffton, taking care of us and top notch all the way across the board. Get official stats tracked, the whole 9 yards. Not to mention some very beefy burgers over at the concession stand. I enjoyed one before the first game. Thought I would need another one. No, I am still full. So you get your money's worth here. If you're going to make the trip up for Saturday's final, all you need is $5. Be your 1 meal that you need for the day. The lefty on lefty matchup. 2-1 count. And actually that's ball 4, excuse me. So Eichhorn gets aboard. So 2 runners now have reached first. Tagliati, of course, thrown out. And now it's the third baseman, Braden Mumon. First pitch Chopped, taken on the hop by the third baseman, but the throw is tall. Heading over to third is Icor, and actually he rounds the corner and stays put, so Ducks swimming out there on second and third in the ponds. As it's gonna be an E5. And Lexington's in business. Lighting the fuse here on a potential 2-out rally. And Markel Martin, the starting right fielder, hitting in the number 5 spot. Gonna get his chance to try to put Lex on the board first. 2 down here. Top of the first. Strike 1 is the call. Kogi looks dialed in, doesn't even check over at second and third. But he zips that one just above the letters. So it's a ball and a strike. 2 down. And St. Mary's trying to get out of the inning unscathed. As Kogi gets this one to be popped out, and there it is. Out number 3. And the catch made by Caden Ballweg. So the Minutemen threaten. They get 2 men aboard, but they come out empty-handed. But you won't, because we're going between the bases. Thanks to our good friends over at Charter Next Generation, where they are hiring for some high-paying jobs, cutting-edge environments. And they just seem to have a new building every week, so you could be in a new spot depending if you get their job tomorrow by next Thursday. Who the heck knows? Let's dive, though, into some of our pregame coverage. We'll tell you a bit more about where you want to go first, Mr. Producer. You pick a team, any team. And the roulette says that we got the Lexington Minutemen, a team that ended up finishing 6th in the OCC this year. As I was talking about, before the first pitch, they had to knock off Wapakoneta on their home turf to claim the sectional and get here. And playing their best baseball, I think unquestionably, of the year. Won 4 of their last 5, put up 35 runs during that stretch. So if you do the math, that's 7 runs per contest. And the all-OCC team recently named. Rhodes is a part of it. So is Tagliati as second-teamers. And Jackson Brown getting first team nomination for the OCC. So congratulations to those 3 recipients. And kudos to Lexington, putting it together here at the end of the year. You see, they just smacked Madison in their last OCC game on the road, taking care of the Rams 13-1, and then beat Kenton and Wapakoneta so far in the tournament by a combined run total of 13-5. To get here on the big stage at Bluffton University with a chance to take on a Richland County opponent in the district final. There's a look over at Lexington's bench. Fun-loving group. Always a very loud dugout, so I'm sure you'll be able to hear that on our Nat sound here. And now here comes Colton Murfield. It'll be a 12 versus 12 matchup with Dylan Fink today starting shortstop, getting his first track at Murfield. And he sees a first pitch strike. Fink on the season hitting .218 for the average. And he steps into an 0-2 hole. And quickly back into the batter's box as Murfield trying to make a light work, but cannot, as this one left upstairs for ball 1. One-two pitch. And again, that one upstairs, more of the attic area though. Fink leaves it there. Gets on base about 35% of the time when he's at the dish, but it's cracked back right at Murfield, who sends it over to first base for out number 1. Aiden Nickel, starting first baseman. Covers the back.
Batting second, the pitcher.
And that'll bring up Joel Kogi. Kogi faced 5 batters from the bump in the top half. Allowed a hit and a walk. And he screeches this one foul, third base side. Mini half swing right there. One of the better hitters on the team. Actually boasts the best average from the number 2 spot, 321. Kogi just a junior, so the Rough Riders will get him back for one more season. And he swings and comes up empty-handed here. 2 strikes now on Kogi. And Murfield looking to lay him down. The 1-2. Splash back towards the second baseman. Take it on the hop and over to first for the out. Pair of groundouts for St. Mary to start things off.
Batting third and playing in center field, number 13.
And that'll bring up Jacob Kaiser, starting center fielder today, hitting in the 3 spot. And hitting .308 on the season. This is 87th plate appearance. Off-speed changeup. Kind of came funky out of the hand there of Murfield. Colton's a senior. Would love to keep this Cinderella story alive for the Minutemen. Or there's got to be another saying for the men out here. Cinderella, obviously, the slipper fits for the ladies. I think I've heard some other ones for the fellas. If you got one, drop it to me in the comment section. Just like you saw Kaiser drop this one in for a base hit.
Batting fourth and playing first.
So with 2 down, Jacob Kaiser delivers with a single. He's over on first with Preston Rupert making his way in. Big, strong righty. Hitting cleanup today. Rupert's got an OBP of 423. Very vocal St. Mary's dugout, keeping us informed. Did they get him over at first? No. But was he close? No. They'll try again, though. Like the late, great Aaliyah said, that first you don't succeed. Dust yourself off and try again. Now here's the pitch, down low. The still attempt is on. It's a decent throw. And nice backup. Kaiser stills his way over to second. And Rupert with a ball and a strike to his name. Murfield kicks, deals. And that one low for ball 2. Pitch is way upstairs. So 3 balls, 1 strike. Murfield a chance to get out of the inning. Kaiser hoping he lit the fuse on a 2-out rally with the pitch to Rupert. And that one heading in the opposite direction of in play. Fully loaded count. And now the payoff pitch. Skied a mile high. And again fading back out of play. Solid contact each of the last 2 swings for Rupert. This time it's chopped down the third base line. The throw over to first and the stretch for out number 3. So Murfield faces 4 hitters, gets 3 of them via the ground out. And that is how the first inning will end. But for us, the action stays here because we're back between the bases. You know about Lexington, the Minutemen. Upset-minded, getting their way here into today's game via the upset, as did St. Mary's, taking care of the number 3 seed in Salina. Had to do that on the road as well. Adam Graves leading the team to a district championship a season ago. Just hasn't been the same offensive production as the Rough Rider squad that we saw in 2023. Obviously, a lot of kids that were a big part of that squad lost to graduation, but they're playing some pretty decent baseball recently. 6-4 over their last 10. You don't love the last time that they took the field, that it was just kind of a butt kicking. Marion Local 17-3 in a shortened game. But they certainly shook off a rough start, 0-7 at the beginning of the campaign, and then they started to pick it up. Lit a little fire underneath their booties. They won 7 of their next 10. And then here along the tournament trail, they've been able to get back into the districts with wins over Lima Shawnee on the road, and then at Salina. So back-to-back games on enemy territory, and they come away 2-0. First pitch here to start off the second inning, and Gage Powell lifts that one. Heads foul down the first base side. Same fate for the second pitch, as it's quickly 0-2. Powell, the starting shortstop. He's a junior. And looks at that one. Up around the letters for ball 1. Now down in the dirt. So Kogi can't get him to chase outside of the zone, either upstairs or down in the basement. And now it's 2-2, and that one left alone outside. 3 consecutive balls now from starter Luke Kogi, who sends now full count. And this one heading towards right, called for by the right fielder, a collision. But the out is made. Take a second look. Certainly looks like no harm there to Caden Ballweg. It looked like they both called for it, and then boom. Like bumper cars. Looked like me driving in a go-kart. So they're going to check in on the right fielder. Let's make sure that everything is okay health-wise. Blake Dingledine out there starting at right today. One of the cooler names that we have.
So some for Cinderella stories. This one's my bench warmers to bracket.
So we do have a couple of names here for you guys to consider. Instead of Cinderella for the gentleman, how about some Diamond Davids? Like the David and Goliath story. And I just recently in church learned about David and his entire story over 4 weeks. Pretty fascinating from top to bottom. One of the most talked about dudes in the Bible. The Cinderella 9? From bench warmers to bracket busters. Or the Improbable Dynasty. First pitch swinging here for Colton Murfield. And he skies out. So back-to-back pitches, 4 outs for Joel Kogi.
Number 30, Aiden Nickel.
And due up next is Aiden Nickel. First baseman hitting out of the number 8 spot. Takes ball 1. The lefty working quickly. This one splashed left field side. And it just skirts out of play beyond third base. Landon Hamilton standing on deck. The center fielder would round out the order for Lexington before they get back to the top with Tagliani. Kogi doesn't seem to want to get there. As it's now 2-2. Accepts the first nomination for the pitch, and it's a good one. Got him swinging. First strikeout of the day for Kogi. Make that the second, excuse me. And we're going to keep it here one more time, guys. Let's go back in between the bases, see what else we can find laying around out there. And, oh, hey, how about a set of keys? Kind of like those dimes that you find waiting around in the couch, except for here, some keys to victory. And for me, for St. Mary's, how about just get an early lead here on Lexington? You know, their potential Diamond Davids or the unlikely dynasty or whatever. Put a little doubt in their head that, hey, maybe that slingshot's not going to work against a 10-foot-tall mutant. And you got to protect the corners. Those typically go for the extra base hits. Those are killers. And we'll see how things progress on that so far. Good on the second one. We'll see if they can get an early run. For Lexington, to get a victory today, just play with some swag, baby. When you got on that purple and gold and the word Lexington across your chest, it comes with a certain something in North Central Ohio. Act like it, man. Utilize your bullpen as well. Once you get probably into 5th inning, 6th inning, once you've seen Murfield a couple of times, got some other options out there, some live arms. I think it's always a good idea, unless you've got just a sensational start going, to dive in there, give these high school kids a second look, new dimensions, new style of pitches. We'll see how that goes today for the Minutemen. But for right now, Murfield moving along quite nicely. Faced 4 batters in the first. All 3 outs via ground outs. And gave up 1 single to Jacob Kaiser. This now Casey Gross. And that one snapped foul, third base side. Gross on the season. On base percentage of .282. This will account for his 82nd plate appearance. As Murfield sends it in there off speed. Fading first base side, and the catch is made. Nice running play by Aiden Nickel. And the senior gets the first out here of inning number 2 for St. Mary's. Due up now, the catcher, Luke Rammel. And he swings at the first pitch, couple hops, fielded on the hop and thrown over to Nickel. Sharp out in a hurry, created by Gage Powell.
Batting seventh and playing left field, number 17.
So back-to-back outs induced. Murfield trying to get out of this second inning with some minimal energy and effort. And he might have just done it. Lifted to left, and that is out number 3. 3 consecutive pitches. Good stuff here for starter, Mr. Murfield. And we've now got 2 in the books. We'll see you again. Lexington due back up at bat when we rejoin you in the third.
At AVITA Home Health and Hospice, our caring professionals are ready to serve you with personally tailored services designed to meet the unique needs of each individual. When we take on a patient at AVITA Home Health and Hospice, they really do feel like family. So when we take care of our family, we want to take care of the whole person. So we take care of them from our nurses, our aides, our physical, occupational, and speech therapists, but we also have people that tend to their hearts. So we have social workers, we have chaplains, and people that can help with the emotional side of their care.
At AVITA Home Health and Hospice, we have a dedicated team that takes care of you. Caring for the whole person is our promise to you. From social and emotional well-being to the way the patient relates to their loved ones, we treat your family like our family.
Serving patients and their families wherever they call home, including assisted living facilities and nursing homes. Call 1-800-4NURSES to see if AVITA can help administer your plan of custom care.
The center fielder Landon Hamilton up, the number 9 hitter for Lexington, leading off here to begin the third inning. I'm Brian Skowronski here with you guys this afternoon in sunny Bluffton, Ohio. This is a Division II District Semifinal game. Winner moving on, they get to face number 1 Clear Fork on Saturday. And right now, defense is the name of the game. Bang, bang play over at first. But they say the throw from Dylan Fink just in time. And I think the replay would indicate the umpire knew what he was seeing. So it's a ground out. And we're back to the top of the order with Tagliati. He's got the only hit so far for Lexington. Leadoff single in the first, and looks at strike 1. Lefty on righty matchup here, and confused him. How about that? Tagliati turned away like he was turning the other cheek, trying to be the better man. But really, it was Kogi who just had the better pitch. Not this time. That one sprayed way out wide. And Luke Rammel can't handle it. Oh, shout out to my boy Matt Wadsworth. Always letting me know he's watching out there. That's my favorite comment in the game. I am watching. Oh, another play that's razor thin over at first. And guess what? It's Dylan Fink making it again. What say you? That one, I think, a little bit closer than the previous out. Here's Rhodes, struck out looking his previous at-bat. He shoots this one right in between the wickets of the pitcher, and 3 consecutive outs where it's Fink throwing it over to first base, and all of them are handled by Rupert. 3 up, 3 down. Rough Riders coming back up to bat.
Let's all go to the lobby. Let's all go to the lobby to get ourselves a treat.
Ooh, you look like you could use some Cheetos. Wait! Take plenty of tasty popcorn, there we go, and add in crunchy Cheetos. Cheetos popcorn, the cheesy, delicious combination you know you've wanted. That's more like it. New Cheetos popcorn. Get yours now. Go!
Back here at Bluffton University, and it's St. Mary's Memorial trying to take command of this game. We are scoreless so far on our Baker's Collision scoreboard. We've reached the bottom of the third, and this Colton Murfield, who got a fly out and a ground out, followed by a fly out in consecutive pitches in the second. 3 pitches, 3 outs. This one, though, crushed into the gap. This will go for extras. Turning the corner is Jace Turner. He's going to get to second. Stand-up double to lead things off. Sixth double of the season for Turner. And now the number 9 hitter, Blake Dingledine, starting in right. And shows bunt. It's in on the hands. And quickly, Blake pulls off that call. Dingledine, a 10th grader, starting in right field today. A lot of attention being paid to Turner at second. Murfield now throws it in there. It's laid down. Jace with a great takeoff and an even better entry out of the box by Dingledine. They're safe at first and third. Infield single for Dingledine. Murfield's now allowed 3 hits.
Now batting number 12, Dylan Fink.
And he's got to face the top of St. Mary's order. Taking off for second, sliding in there, and that's going to escape. The Rough Riders are going to take an early lead. Into third goes Dingledine as Jace Turner, with a leadoff double, capitalizes on the throwing error. Trying to get out Dingledine. And it turns out to work in St. Mary's favor as Jace Turner represents the first run of the game. This one striped to center. Back, back, back. The catch, the tag is made, and Dingledine will race his way in for a 2-0 lead. RBI sac fly for Dylan Fink. And now Joel Kogi is going to get his turn. Base is now empty. Just one down, though, here in the third. One now the count on Kogi. Pitcher v pitcher matchup. And now the pitch from Murfield. Down in the dirt. Kogi 426 OBP this season. Let's see if he heightens that total. He will. Right up the gap. A little out of the way there for a charging Gage Powell. And it's now 3 hits in this third inning for St. Mary's. Turner set the stage with that leadoff double. Dingledine followed up with a single. Sac fly from Fink. Kogi now aboard. And Jacob Kaiser, who's got a single and a stolen base thus far. Looking to add to his resume here in this district semifinal. Watches that one for ball one. Now the throw back over to first. Kogi able to get down, back in safe at the bag. Another throw back over there. Nickel with the tag, late again. Kogi brushes off the dirt and takes a couple of shuffle lead. This one's skied towards right field. Called for, and the catch made. So 2 down now for Lex. Martin coming in to make the grab. Preston Rupert now, the first baseman. 0 for 1 on the day. Fourth toss over to first base since Kogi made his way out there. First pitch underneath this one. Fading into left. And it'll be caught for out number 3 by Tagliati. We've played 3. The Rough Riders strike for 2 in the frame. It's Lexington's chance in the batter's box. That's coming up in the 4th.
At AVITA Home Health and Hospice, our caring professionals are ready to serve you with personally tailored services designed to meet the unique needs of each individual. When we take on a patient at AVITA Home Health and Hospice, they really do feel like family. So when we take care of our family, we want to take care of the whole person. So we take care of them from our nurses, our aides, our physical, occupational, and speech therapists, but we also have people that tend to their hearts. So we have social workers, we have chaplains, and people that can help with the emotional side of their care.
At AVITA Home Health and Hospice, we have a dedicated team that takes care of you. Caring for the whole person is our promise to you. From social and emotional well-being to the way the patient relates to their loved ones, we treat your family like our family.
serving patients and their families wherever they call home, including assisted living facilities and nursing homes. Call 1-800-4NURSES to see if AVITA can help administer your plan of custom care.
Cole Eichhorn getting the party started here in the 4th inning for Lexington, who now trails 2-0. Couple runs on 3 hits and an error for St. Mary's their last time at the dish. So it's now the Minutemen's chance to try to bounce back. Pitch is inside, ball 2. Big cut. Foul out of play. Kogi so far has allowed just 1 hit. Struck out 2. And issued a walk. Now the pitch from Kogi. Getting low with the swing. Look at the charge. And it just lands foul, third base side. Maybe a 1.5 feet out of play. Likely would have went for at least a double. Eichhorn made a clean break out of the box. Lexington dugout. Got a little clap going, trying to get Cole. Oh, another nice run. But it drops in foul territory yet again. Giving chase out of his catcher's position was Luke Rammel. Valiant effort. The pitch again. Contacts, but the out is made, caught over in left field. Aiden Minding. So a good battle put up there by Cole Eichhorn. But he flies out. And now Braden Mamon, his second opportunity. Reach base via an E5 his last time up. As he watches that one take a hop over home plate. Now 2 balls, no strikes from the left hand of Joel Kogi. Peppers that one in there for strike 1. Now getting way ahead in the count now. Braden looking at 3 balls and a strike. And he'll take his base. Second walk issued tonight by Kogi. Brings up Markel Martin to the dish.
26, Markel Martin.
Kogi still got a shutout going here, leading 2-0. That one slap foul down the first baseline. Joel started the day with a 2.8 ERA and a whip of 1.57. Took a lot off that changeup, and it misses high. The pitch to Martin, down low. Got him chasing. One-two pitch to Martin. And Markel elects to leave that one where it's at, just a skosh high. Good high to even the count at 2-2. Now he asks for time and he'll step out. Mumon standing over on first. Martin hoping to collect a base hit. And it takes a hop. It's going to get away, and heading into second is Markel Martin. Excuse me, Mumon. And Kogi tonight, really for the first time, looks like he's got a little bit of command problems. And you wonder sometimes, you know, why do you throw over to first a whole bunch when someone's on there? They did it about 6 times when Kogi was over there, and it takes a little bit out of you. And you see maybe some signs of that fatigue here as he issues back-to-back walks. Mumon and Martin now reaching. And Gage Powell, starting shortstop. Potentially one swing away here from trying to tie or take the lead for the purple and gold. Minimal lead taken by Mumon Martin as well. Only about a half shuffle step away from first. Pitch down low. Kogi really taking his time up there on the bump. Now he sends in there. This is blasted into the gap. A single for Powell. And it's 3 straight base runners aboard here for the Minutemen, as they've lit the fire here on some one-out rally action.
Now batting, number 12.
Murfield now with a chance to help the cause from the dish. Flew out his last time up. But now a bases loaded situation. But this one popped up and called for. The catch is made by Caden Balwick. So definitely not what you want there if you're Lexington. Like to get a bit more distance out of it and at least give an opportunity to Mumon to try to tag and score. Back-to-back flyouts for Colton Muirfield and Joel Kogi, who looked like he had to shake off a little bit of fatigue. Now just 1 out away from building back up his confidence and taking a 2-0 advantage into their offensive half of the fourth. Struck out Nichols the first time he faced him tonight. And now Aiden swings and misses at the first 2 offerings. Great pitcher's count here for Joel Kogi. Nichols gonna have to protect the plate here out of his number 8 spot. And he looks at the pitch downstairs. Kogi drops to his knees. Loose footing out there on the hill. And Kogi, who's gonna hope that he's got a whole bunch of Tide pens in the car. Little Clorox bleach. Definitely the dirtiest player out here. It's snapped right back at him. And he makes the jog halfway over to first for out number 3. Wow, the bases were chucked, only 1 down. And then Kogi gets out of the jam. We'll see St. Mary's back up at the plate after this.
Let's all go to the lobby. Let's all go to the lobby to get ourselves a treat.
Ooh, you look like you could use some Cheetos. Wait! Take plenty of tasty popcorn, there we go, and add in crunchy Cheetos. Cheetos popcorn, the cheesy, delicious combination you know you've wanted. That's more like it. New Cheetos popcorn. Get yours now. Go!
Fourth inning, bottom half, back up to bat here. St. Mary's got a little bit of a scare there. Lexington loads up the bases, just 1 down, and they strand all 3 runners out on the bags as Joel Kogi gets Colton Muirfield to fly out on 1 pitch, and then Aiden Nichols grounds out, and that keeps the score at 2-0 here. District semifinal action. Winner moving on to Saturday's final. We presume back here, unless it's both Richland County teams, then who knows? I do know this. That's Markel Martin playing right field, doing it well, getting out number 1.
Up next, number 8, Luke Rammel.
So Casey Gross flies out. And now Luke Rammel, who grounded out his first time up, steps in for a righty-righty matchup. And a quick score update. We've got Hillsdale taking on St. John's School right now in a district championship game. That in Division 4, and right now our Falcons with a 5-1 cushion. If you want to check in on that one, that's on YouTube channel 4, and then also on our Facebook page. So if you're watching on Facebook, just take your thumb, scroll a little bit, click, and then come right back. Don't leave us for too long. I've got problems with that. I need people around. I need my friends. Need all of our awesome fans out there. Speaking of which, drop me some comments out there. We'll feature you in the fan zone here this afternoon. Love hearing from you guys out there. Let me know where you're watching from today. It's always of interest to me. We almost always have people watching from at least half a dozen different states. Never ceases to amaze me how well people from this area keep up with their teams, and no one's going to keep up with that one. The fastball for the strikeout. And it's the first recorded for Colton Murfield. Got him looking too. Now it's minor ding. Couple of hops to the shortstop, and he can't make the play. Right through the wickets there of Gage Powell. One, two, three hops. The last one took a little bit of a funky sideways roll. And I believe that'll probably be marked as an E6. Minutemen have had a couple of errors now, as that's a long throw from the third baseman. Big stretch from Nichols. Darn near did the splits, and it's all for naught. Might have ripped a seam in the trousers. Excellent effort. They say the tie goes to the runner. Looks like that's about as close as you can get. So Turner will be credited with an infield single. He's having a nice day, a double, a single, and a run. Now Dingledine. He was part of that nice rally last inning where they had 3 hits in a 4-man span. This gentleman put together a single, but this one through the 5-hole, and it escapes out through the back. So Eichhorn goes to collect it off the wild pitch. Each runner will advance, and now they're both in scoring position on second and third. The 1-1 buzzes it by him. Outside. Murfield now with the pitch. It's low. Couple of hops to the second baseman. He sends it over to first. And that is how the inning will end. A hit, but no runs for St. Mary's. And for the Minutemen, we're back to the top of the order when we come back.
At AVITA Home Health and Hospice, our caring professionals are ready to serve you with personally tailored services designed to meet the unique needs of each individual. When we take on a patient at AVITA Home Health and Hospice, they really do feel like family. So when we take care of our family, we want to take care of the whole person. So we take care of them from our nurses, our aides, our physical, occupational, and speech therapists, but we also have people that tend to their hearts. So we have social workers, we have chaplains, and people that can help with the emotional side of their care.
At AVITA Home Health and Hospice, we have a dedicated team that takes care of you. Caring for the whole person is our promise to you. From social and emotional well-being to the way the patient relates to their loved ones, we treat your family like our family.
serving patients and their families wherever they call home, including assisted living facilities and nursing homes. Call 1-800-4NURSES to see if AVITA can help administer your plan of custom care.
Fifth inning action here at Bluffton University. And a first pitch strike in there to Landon Hamilton, the center fielder. He'll try to get on base before we get back to the 1-2 hitters for Lexington. Next two up in Michael Togliatti and Zion Rhodes. Hamilton grounded out back in the third, his only plate appearance thus far. And it's now a ball and 2 strikes. And that one out wide as well. So back-to-back balls from Joel Kogi. And the count now full, 3-2. Takes again, so 4 straight misses. Kogi can't believe it. He at least thought the last one hit a little mark of the target. And now it will indeed put a little appetizer on the table here for Togliatti. And he squares up and bunts. The throw over to first is in time, covering the bag well there, Caden Ballwag. So the runner advances. That's Landon Hamilton over to second. Togliatti with the sacrifice bunt. Rhodes struck out and grounded out his first 2 at-bats. And takes that one high and inside for ball 1. Minutemen had their best offensive outing in the 4th, but they left 3 stranded. They've got the lead-on runner on and advanced them over into scoring position. Hamilton with one of those base running oven mitts on his left paw. Maybe he's got some bagel bites on the way due if he comes home. Always a good treat. Pizza in the morning, pizza in the evening. Pizza at supper time, baby. All my 90s kids know what I'm talking about. That was 3/4 of my meal imprint from my diet plan. Dialing up a strike there is Kogi. In danger of putting another man on via the walk. He walked 2 in a row in the 4th as well, right in the middle of the order. But he's able to load up the count now. 3-2. And the man they call Z got the slow clap formulating from the dugout all the way through Lexington's fan base. And he stripes one to center. The charge, the catch. Nice play made by Jacob Kaiser on the hop. Got a good beat on it. If not,
Number 24, Cole Eichel.
might have been able to get away from him and escape. So a crucial snag out in center to get Rhodes out. The sophomore now, Cole Eichhorn. Flew out his last time up, walked clear back in the first. And he swings for no contact here. Strike one. Hamilton's on second. Hopper in between both players over there. So a little bit of confusion about who would go and try to make the play. Rupert really didn't make a break, and neither did Ballweg. And it works out to Lexington's advantage. Now with runners on first and third. And Braden Mamon.
Now batting, number 18, Braden Mumon.
Big opportunity here. Mumon, the cleanup hitter today. Coach Strickler obviously thought that he's been swinging a hot bat. But he'll take that one over the outside part of the plate. Painted on there by Kogi. Eichhorn with a small lead. This one into the gap. It's knocked down, but it'll be an RBI hit. Braden Mamon brings in the run. Lexington cuts the deficit in half. You get to see it all over again thanks to our friends at Buckeye Horizon, your local train dealer. And there's Landon Hamilton scoring the first run of the afternoon for Lex. Chopped foul, first base side for Markel Martin. Making his third plate appearance, second in the last two frames. Lexington starting to find their footing out here in the batter's box. Funky pitch off the swing. Both runners will advance. Mumon over to second. Eichhorn standing just 60 feet away from tying things up on third. And a chance for Markel Martin to etch his name here on the stat book. Looking for an RBI hit. The 1-2 pitch. And that one slugged to center. Drifting that way. Oh, and not making the catch. Jacob Kaiser couldn't squeeze it. Lexington takes the lead. Eichhorn scores. Mamon scores. It's an E8. And it's now 3-2 Minutemen. Not exactly a routine play, but one certainly that you would expect your center fielder to make. Kaiser in his junior season had a good look at it. Stiff breeze pushing towards center field and probably had some type of an impact there as Martin reaches, heads over to second on the error. And now a mound visit from head coach Adam Graves. Doesn't like what he just saw there. And certainly Joel Kogi has not had his most efficient stuff these last two innings. Got out of a jam in the first, 3 up, 3 down in the second. Same with 3 groundouts in 3 pitches in the third. And now, after allowing Lexington to load up the bases in the fourth, they strike for 3. The error, the biggest play though, as it's a self-inflicted wound for the Rough Riders. And I want to give a shout out to Martin's sister Tori, watching all the way out in Africa. She could be hanging out with drafts. Instead, she's watching live and free. And watches the Minutemen go on top. So we'll take a break. We'll be back. We'll see you again with the Rough Riders back up at the dish.
Let's all go to the lobby. Let's all go to the lobby to get ourselves a treat.
Ooh, you look like you could use some Cheetos. Wait! Take plenty of tasty popcorn, there we go, and add in crunchy Cheetos. Cheetos popcorn, the cheesy, delicious combination you know you've wanted. That's more like it. New Cheetos popcorn. Get yours now. Go!
It's your 5th inning stretch, courtesy of Charter Next Generation. Cutting edge environment, remaking the plastic distribution game. And Lexington has kind of remade this game, dropping all 3 of their runs. In their top half there of the 5th, they got a huge error by the center fielder that allowed 2 of those runs to score after an RBI single from Braden Mamon made it a 2-1 game. St. Mary's, though, they've had a minimal advantage in terms of the offense. 5 hits for them, just 4 for Lex. But each team has both committed an error or 2 that's really hurt them. First pitch heads foul. This Dylan Fink to start off the 5th. And Fink sees that one scrubbed down in the dirt for a ball. Murfield still Dylan up there on the bump. And this fastball, sharply hit. The throw and the out. Good looking play there made by Braden Mamon, riding a little bit of momentum after delivering that RBI hit in the top half of the frame.
Now batting, number 3.
The number 2 hitter now, Joel Kogi. 1 for 2 on his afternoon. Got a single his last time at bat. And confused by that first pitch. Kogi, who's now got 19 hits on the season. Most of them for singles, 16 of the 19. The other 3 have gone by variety of the double. Fastball up top. And Mamon tracks it down over in foul territory for 2 down. So Braden Mamon making both outs here in inning number 5.
Up next, number 13.
And that'll bring up the number 3 hitter, Jacob Kaiser. Kaiser with a 3.08 average on the season. And takes strike 1. Murfield gets him to chase down low. Pitcher's count now for Colton. And a little bit of extra buzz it feels for Lexington right now, after hanging that crooked number on the scoreboard. They can sense it. 7 outs potentially away from being a true David's Diamond storyline. That's what I'm going with. No one commented, so I got to pick my own. Or what was the other one? From bench warmers to bracket busters. That's pretty dope. But not the Lexington's bench warmers, though. That's the problem. That's, you know, just an unlikely tale of Purple Haze, who's in the house today for sure. Yeah, it's tough to really get a good vantage point of how many fans are here, as that's cracked down the third base side. The at-bat stays alive. Murfield gets the call, the payoff pitch, and he buzzes it in on the inside corner. Strike 3 called, looking second strikeout of the game for Murfield. And we've now got 5 in the books. Lexington leads 3-2.
At AVITA Home Health and Hospice, our caring professionals are ready to serve you with personally tailored services designed to meet the unique needs of each individual. When we take on a patient at AVITA Home Health and Hospice, they really do feel like family. So when we take care of our family, we want to take care of the whole person. So we take care of them from our nurses, our aides, our physical, occupational, and speech therapists, but we also have people that tend to their hearts. So we have social workers, we have chaplains, and people that can help with the emotional side of their care.
At AVITA Home Health and Hospice, we have a dedicated team that takes care of you. Caring for the whole person is our promise to you. From social and emotional well-being to the way the patient relates to their loved ones, we treat your family like our family.
Serving patients and their families wherever they call home, including assisted living facilities and nursing homes. Call 1-800-4NURSES to see if AVITA can help administer your plan of custom care.
What's up, everybody? Welcome back to Bluffton University, where we've got a 3-2 ball game. Lexington leads. They're looking to add a run or more here to their cushion as they send the pitcher up to the dish. This is Colton Murfield. Got a pair of flyouts so far. And Joel Kogi stays in there. Gave up 3 runs last inning, sharply hit, but squeezed for out number 1. Excellent play at short by Dylan Fink. So a nicely struck ball that time, but Dylan says, don't even think about it. You're out, buddy. Down to the number 8 hitter we go with Aiden Nickel. Actually, we're going to get a pinch hitter, and we're going to get Jackson Brown. Jackson, who was an all-OCC selection, steps in and sees this one hop about a half mile ahead of home plate. The 1-0 pitch, and a little bit ahead of it. Pulls that one foul. One down here, top 6. 1-1 count. And now 1-2 on the foul tip. Kogi's allowed 1 earned run thus far. The other 2 on the E8 last inning. Biggest play so far of the contest. As we've got an even count. 2-2, and Kogi, the lefty, gets it in there for a strike 3 called. Brown offering his grievance there. Felt like it was a little bit inside.
Number 3, Landon Hamilton.
And that'll bring up now Landon Hamilton, the center fielder. Had a walk and a run last inning. Smacks that one right at the third baseman, but the throw is in time for out number 3 from Casey Gross. The Rough Riders return to the dish. They've got 6 outs left to try to make up this 1 run when we come back.
Let's all go to the lobby. Let's all go to the lobby to get ourselves a treat.
Ooh, you look like you could use some Cheetos. Wait! Take plenty of tasty popcorn, there we go, and add in crunchy Cheetos. Cheetos popcorn, the cheesy, delicious combination you know you've wanted. That's more like it. New Cheetos popcorn. Get yours now. Go!
It's the bottom half of the 6th inning. Preston Rupert stepping into the batter's box here for St. Mary's. Trailing by 1, 3-2. Minutemen took the lead in the 5th. Rough Riders hoping to regain it here down the stretch innings. Murfield continues to dill from the bump, and he's got a ball and a strike here on the first baseman. 0 for 2 so far on his afternoon. A ground out and a fly out. Murfield, a strikeout in each of the last 2 innings. Won't get one here. Down to his knees making the throw, but it's a mile high. And that'll end up over in the dugout. And Rupert will land on second. So a single and a throwing error puts St. Mary's offense in business. With the number 5 hitter, Casey Gross. Next up, Luke Rammel on deck. And we've got a pinch runner now with Dominic Osborne, the junior, taking over at second. First baseman does his job, sets the table, and with none down here in the 6th, Colton Muirfield will do his best to try to keep Lexington in the lead. Division II district semifinal here. Winner gets top-seeded Clear Fork on Saturday. that game. First pitch scheduled for 2 p.m. St. Mary made a run to regionals last season. Would love to keep that streak alive. Nice charge. Over to first, tough catch. But it's scooped up for out number 1. The runner advances. And Osborne now 60 feet away, representing the tying run.
Now batting, number 8, Luke Rammel.
So Nickel able to throw it over to Rhodes for the first out. Ball 1 on this first pitch. Fastball misses upstairs as well. Rammel's 0 for 2, struck out the last time he stepped in the batter's box, but he rips this one for an RBI hit. We're all even, 3 runs apiece. Blazing this one by the glove of Zion Rhodes. Another look, barreled up.
For the Rough Riders, number 17.
Right where it needed to be. First offense for St. Mary's in terms of hanging a run on the board since the 3rd inning. They had a pair of runs in the 3rd, and that's been it for them until now. Lexington, all 3 of their runs coming in the 5th. And here they are playing defense, a man on first, and a tie game now. But the throw over to first gets him out. Rammel with a little bit too much of a lead. Nickel holding him on. The nice move. And the throw by Murfield had just enough juice behind it to sauce him out. 2 down now. Murfield gets back to work. This is Minerding, starting left fielder. He's 0 for 2, did reach his last time up on an error by the shortstop. That one hops off the chest protector and knocked down for a ball. Two and one the count. Murfield dishes in there, it's high. And the shot out to right over Markel's head. He's got to chase it all the way to the wall, turning for third and getting there. Aiden Minerdinger. And the bad throw, boy, what a costly mistake for Lexington. That's the go-ahead run. 2 errors on the play by Lex. And that's definitely not a home run. That's a single, I think. Double at the most.
Up next, number 24, Jace Turner.
So what a turn of events here. Lexington, who at worst looked like they were going to go into their offensive half of the 7th with a chance to win it. And now here's St. Mary's with Jace Turner, their DH, who's 2 for 2 on the day, back up at the plate. Murfield's been really short on a few of the pitches here in this 6th inning. It's behind in the count again, 2-1. Eichhorn behind home plate, makes the catch here. Now Colton can try to slam the door. The pitch. Chopped to the shortstop. And it's a nice throw over to first to get the out from Gage Powell. Lexington got some work to do. When we see them back up on offense in the 7th, they'll be at the top of the order.
At AVITA Home Health and Hospice, our caring professionals are ready to serve you with personally tailored services designed to meet the unique needs of each individual. When we take on a patient at AVITA Home Health and Hospice, they really do feel like family. So when we take care of our family, we want to take care of the whole person. So we take care of them from our nurses, our aides, our physical, occupational, and speech therapists, but we also have people that tend to their hearts. So we have social workers, we have chaplains, and people that can help with the emotional side of their care.
At AVITA Home Health and Hospice, we have a dedicated team that takes care of you. Caring for the whole person is our promise to you. From social and emotional well-being to the way the patient relates to their loved ones, we treat your family like our family.
Serving patients and their families wherever they call home, including assisted living facilities and nursing homes. Call 1-800-4NURSES to see if AVITA can help administer your plan of custom care.
Lexington down to their last 3 outs. The good news is they're at the top of their order where it all began, and Michael Togliatti, who's got a single on his resume here this afternoon, looking to cash a big check here in money time. The last opportunity for the Minutemen to try to make a deposit. Put a big chunk of money down for entry into the district final, as that's flared for a foul ball, evening up the count at 1-1. And for our fans watching in Africa, if you're fans of Major League, maybe you've got your own Jobu doll out there. You can do your own ritual. Pour a little bit of, I think it was tequila, into his cup. I think that's what he likes. Back tap to the pitcher. Oh, just thrown out over at first. A lot of emotion from Joel Kogi. Oof. Now, the umpires normally, when we slow these things down, you watch it in real time and you're like, oh my gosh, but they almost always get it right. Them guys are so good. But that one certainly looked bang bang, and it could have gone either way. I don't think you can be disappointed either side. We're gonna show it real slow. Too close to call. Yeah, normally you give the tie to the runner. Umpire must have thought that it got there a shade ahead, and this will get in there. This will drop for a single. Z Rhodes, his first hit. No rally caps thrown on here by the Purple Haze or the Minutemen faithful, I see. They just feel like they got this thing. They don't need any extra magic or voodoo or Jobu's, just good clutch hitters. Eichhorn was that last time up. Hit a single. As the move over to first, kind of a half-hearted attempt. Koki's just trying to maybe grab a breather. You hang on to this for a moment. Acorn's 1 for 2 today. A single and a walk. The 1-0 pitch, short and stretch. And that burns by the chinny chin chin there of Eichhorn, who, even though he's a sophomore, it looks like he's got like a decent amount of chin hairs coming in. Might have helped him shave a couple off before you head into the weekend, trying to look clean. Three straight balls to open up this at bat. And now the lefty Eichhorn. See if he's got the green light. Doesn't matter. It's up top out of the strike zone. 4 consecutive balls. And they'll put Eichhorn over on first with a walk. Rhodes heads to second. And now Braden Mumon had the RBI single back in the 5th. He'll have a meeting with coach, and it looks like we'll have a pitcher change here for St. Mary. You guys are watching live and free. Did you know that? Because of these guys. Big thank you to Frito-Lay, who are driven and inspired by one purpose: food that matters for life's moments. AVITA Home Health and Hospice, providing high-quality community health care and improving the quality of health in families throughout their lifespan. Buckeye Horizon, your local heating, cooling, and plumbing place where you can get train, comfort. They're the specialists. They know all of the different stuff there. Sorry, guys. There's 100 bugs floating around my face. I think I swallowed one. Mechanics Bank. It's Richland County's only independent community bank. Charter Next Gen. They're hiring for high-paying jobs in a cutting-edge environment. And Baker's Collision Repair. Feel the Baker's difference. They are family-owned for over 65 years. The new pitcher is going to be Casey Gross. He's a sophomore. Let's see if I can get some numbers on Casey. Casey on the season. Wow, a 1.44 ERA. .34 innings pitched. And a 3-2 record so far in the year. So obviously coming on in relief here. Could get a save. And it appears he's ready for action. Big moment coming up here for the sophomore Casey Gross. Looking to send St. Mary's Memorial into the district final.
St. Mary's, number 5, Casey Gross. Up to bat, number 18.
So Casey will face the cleanup hitter, Braden Mamaw. Two ducks rather, swimming around on the pond. He'd love to cash in a $2 bill, put those on the board, and they're still making those. He swings at the first pitch, grounded over to second, but he'll advance both runners. So a sac ground out here for Braden. And now Markel Martin, who had the big hit that wasn't really a hit, that was dropped by the center fielder back in the 5th. He needs to try to produce an actual hit here with 2 down. Rhodes on third, Eichhorn on second. Pitch number 1 in around the hands. Righty on lefty matchup. Favors the right fielder Martin. who swings at this one. Chopped down the first baseline. Boy, what a play, but it's foul. Excellent job to make the snag over there by Preston Rupert. I thought that was going to sneak by just on the inside crease of first. Instead, it's a 1-1 count, 2 down. St. Mary's just a pitch away potentially from moving on, and that might have done it. Instead, it'll fade foul over the Lexington dugout. We'd like to think that our fan blowing here at our media desk had something to do with that. Posted a little ways over there. Martin swinging a confident bat. 1-2 count. Gross takes a look at second. The pitch. Again, it's hit over to first, but it's caught. Preston Rupert ends the game. A liner. Martin maybe 6 inches away from blasting that over into right field for what might have been a game-winning hit. Instead, it's St. Mary's getting back to the district final. 4-3 your final score here. The Rough Riders moving on in the tournament. We'll take a commercial break. We'll be back. We'll speak to the most valuable player here of the day, and then we'll wrap things up, get you all set for the weekend that is coming on the OH Report. Stay there.
At AVITA Home Health and Hospice, our caring professionals are ready to serve you with personally tailored services designed to meet the unique needs of each individual. When we take on a patient at AVITA Home Health and Hospice, they really do feel like family. So when we take care of our family, we want to take care of the whole person. So we take care of them from our nurses, our aides, our physical, occupational, and speech therapists, but we also have people that tend to their hearts. So we have social workers, we have chaplains, and people that can help with the emotional side of their care.
At AVITA Home Health and Hospice, we have a dedicated team that takes care of you. Caring for the whole person is our promise to you. From social and emotional well-being to the way the patient relates to their loved ones, we treat your family like our family.
Serving patients and their families wherever they call home, including assisted living facilities and nursing homes. Call 1-800-4NURSES to see if AVITA can help administer your plan of custom care.
here with our post-game show, brought to you by Charter Next Generation. 4-3, your final score. St. Mary Memorial taking down Lexington here this afternoon. Great game all the way around. Quick recap for you guys. It was St. Mary's putting up a couple of runs. Those coming in the third inning. Lexington, bit of a sluggish start offensively until we got to the fourth. They loaded up the bases, only one down, and they came up empty-handed. They would continue rolling their offensive momentum, though, into the fifth, where they would hang 3 runs on the board to steal the lead heading into the sixth inning at 3-2. And you thought maybe this is going to be a David's Dive-In story continued, a little Cinderella for Lexington. But then in the sixth inning, a pair of runs put up by St. Mary spoiled that narrative. They got an RBI hit from Luke Rammel. And then he would later come around and score. Some throwing errors. Few things happened disastrously in the field for Lexington to give away the lead, or at least it was tied at the time 3-3. So St. Mary's, on a pair of throwing errors, all in the same frame, would see Lexington's lead get disintegrated. Lex would come up to bat then in the seventh. Grounded out to start, but then back-to-back players would get on base with Rhodes and Eichhorn. Muma would move him over, and then Markel Martin he was so close on that final out. He drilled it just over the first baseman's head, but putting up his glove to make an excellent catch to end the game was Preston Rupert, and that is how things ended. So 8 total hits for St. Mary's here today, 5 of them for Lexington. But actually the official numbers, they've got 5 errors. So Lexington hurting themselves here down the stretch, and that is why the Rough Riders will be advancing into the district championship game, where they will face Clear Fork. That'll be live and free Saturday back here at Bluffton, 2 p.m. for the first pitch. I'll be on the call, so you can tune in for that. Take in all the action there if you're a fan of the Rough Riders, or certainly we've got a big contingent of Clear Fork folk. Basically, I think the school shut down to watch the first couple innings of our game today. So you can check that one out coming up on Saturday. Lexington's in the outfield, huddled up, talking things over. This is always kind of a difficult conversation. At least it's got to be one where you put some context on what went down. This is the end of the season. You're not just talking about today. You're trying to recap what you've just seen for the last couple of months. So that's what Coach Strickler's trying to do right now with his bunch. When they are done discussing things, our plan here for our MVP is to have one of our favorite all-time interns, Levi Davis, take the mic, talk to a couple members of the team, probably some seniors, and give us some context, a little breakdown about what the season meant, this ride into districts, and that'll kind of close out the show here. We'll step aside one more commercial timeout. We'll be back. We hope to hear from Levi and the boys when we return.
Let's all go to the lobby. Let's all go to the lobby to get ourselves a treat.
Ooh, you look like you could use some Cheetos. Wait! Take plenty of tasty popcorn, there we go, and add in crunchy Cheetos. Cheetos popcorn, the cheesy, delicious combination you know you've wanted. That's more like it. New Cheetos popcorn. Get yours now. Go!
Tonight's high school baseball broadcast brought to you, folks, 100% free of charge. The only way we ever do it here on the OH Report. Thanks to our good friends at Baker's Collision Repair, where you can feel the Baker's difference. Family owned for over 65 years. AVITA Home Health and Hospice, providing high-quality community health care and improving the quality of health in families throughout their lifespan. FRITO, driven and inspired by their purpose, food that matters for life's moments. Home and Kitchen Supply, your one-stop shop for kitchen and baths, windows and doors since 1970. Tonight's broadcast also presented by BUCKEYE Horizon Heating, Cooling, and Plumbing, your local Train Comfort specialist. Mechanics Bank, Richland County's only independent community bank. And Charter Next Generation, hiring for high-paying jobs in a cutting-edge environment. We've got our most valuable player conversation coming up here shortly. The seniors are all huddled around right now for Lexington, talking amongst themselves. Our producer waiting for them to wrap up their end-of-season chit-chat, and then we hope to be a part of it with them. Levi Davis, and then all the Lexington seniors. And they've got quite a few on the roster. Landon Hamilton, Zion Rhodes, Michael Tagliati, Carter Wilson, Levi, Colton Murfield, Jackson Brown, Braden Mumma, Cooper I don't know how to say Cooper's last name. Drabelbis. That's what we're going to roll with. And Aiden Nickel. So if we can get all of them to come over here, we'd certainly like to hear from those young bucks. Our MVP tonight is presented by Mechanics Bank. Always making banking better. And as they share some hugs right now, we will get ready to try to collect the Minutemen. And then we'll see you guys back here to wrap up the show. going to throw an S on that and make it plural. I know you're just seeing me, but I want to give a shout out to the entire senior class for Lexington. So uncommon in the game of baseball to have double-digit dudes all representing the same grade, and especially making it all the way to their senior year. So they put up a valiant effort here. Really should have won this game. We just talked to a couple of them. They feel like they let this one get away with that big error. Two of them actually all in the same play that allowed St. Mary's to overtake them in the 6th inning with a 3-2 victory. But hey, like my producer said, sometimes the sports gods, they take it away, and errors would allow them to get into the lead at 2-1. Just unfortunately for the Minutemen and their 10 seniors, they end up losing. But not total losers on this season, of course. Sectional champions. I don't think anybody was counting them in to the districts. They went on the road and they upset WAPAC, and they did it behind the strength of a lot of their veteran leaders. So want to give some love to Landon Hamilton, Zion Rhodes, Michael Togliatti, Carter Wilson, Levi Davis, Colton Murfield, Jackson Brown, Braden Mumma, Cooper Dreibelbus, and Aiden Nickel for having a fantastic career at Lexington. You are the real MVPs out here, and that's why we wanted to award you with this in your final game of your careers.
At AVITA Home Health and Hospice, our caring professionals are ready to serve you with personally tailored services designed to meet the unique needs of each individual. When we take on a patient at AVITA Home Health and Hospice, they really do feel like family. So when we take care of our family, we want to take care of the whole person. So we take care of them from our nurses, our aides, our physical, occupational, and speech therapists, but we also have people that tend to their hearts. So we have social workers, we have chaplains, and people that can help with the emotional side of their care.
At AVITA Home Health and Hospice, we have a dedicated team that takes care of you. Caring for the whole person is our promise to you. From social and emotional well-being to the way the patient relates to their loved ones, we treat your family like our family.
Serving patients and their families wherever they call home, including assisted living facilities and nursing homes. Call 1-800-4NURSES to see if AVITA can help.
Back here in Bluffton to close things out for you folks. 3-2 victory today for St. Mary's Memorial as they are moving on into the district championship game. They knock off Lexington, who had a couple of costly errors, 5 of them in total. Tomorrow on the OH Report, we have got a 3-pack of championship games for you, all going down first pitch at 5 p.m. We will be at the Division IV Galleon District Championship for baseball, number 2 South Central versus number 3 Seneca East. In the Shelby Softball Regional, Lexington takes on Bryan. I am on the call for that one. And then in the Rossford Regional Championship for softball, Cary versus Monroeville, Travis Berardi is on the call. I'll be back here on Saturday for the championship in Bluffton. Clear Fork takes on St. Mary. And potentially we could have another baseball championship game in Fremont. We'll let you know about that one. Shout out to all of our generous sponsors combining to make today's game happen, including Baker's Collision Repair, Charter Next Generation, Mechanics Bank, Buckeye Horizon, Home and Kitchen Supply, AVITA Home Health and Hospice, and Frito-Lay. For my wife/camera person, Jory Hollenbeck, and producer/director, Adam Thompson, I just did one job today. I'm Brian Skowronski on the play-by-play. I'll see you tomorrow at Shelby.